Well, it was a beautiful day. We were just sitting down to dinner. In fact, my wife was just getting ready to close the sliding glass door into the backyard. And all of a sudden, we all heard the explosion. And I saw her back off from the sliding glass door. We all stood up and looked out and saw the flames.
But now we have literally a half a block of homes burning.
I immediately thought it was an airplane because we live so close to the airport. We just saw people running up the street away from the fire. We encountered an elderly lady in a nightgown, in a wheelchair, in the middle of the street, just screaming. And my son and I decided, well, if this lady is here in the middle of the street by herself, maybe there's other people that might need some help. So we jumped out of the car and started knocking on doors. And I happened to walk into the home, the home that she actually had come out of, because the front door was open. So I ran down the hallway and I looked to my right and I saw another elderly lady in her bed. Went to get her and I helped her out. My son followed me in. I went to the right, he went to the left, he took another lady out. A police officer had come on a motorcycle and he was starting to clear the street. And he was telling everybody, you have to clear the street, you have to go, it's too dangerous. I looked at my son, the motorcycle was right in front of us, and I said, Bobby, there's more rooms down there that we didn't check. When we got into that back room, the very last room, we found another lady there.
The 2010 San Bruno, California pipeline explosion is a reminder of how important it is to ensure our communities are prepared for emergencies, big and small. This is especially true for staff who manage residential care facilities. This training video targets the owners, administrators, and staff of residential care facilities and focuses on the evacuation of care homes with up to 6 residents, licensed by the state of California. These care homes can provide services to a variety of residents, including the elderly, children with special needs, or even a group home that cares for those with autism. Responders need to be aware of the complexity of what is needed to evacuate these sites and where they are located in your jurisdiction. You may expect that staff from a residential care facility may come to you asking for advice, or that you may need to reach out to them to help them to be more self-sufficient during an emergency or disaster. The objectives of this training series is to define a residential care home, illustrate the need to know where these homes are located and the number in your service area, demonstrate the special circumstances and challenges that are required to evacuate this population and to make them more self-sufficient. So, how did we get here? Why are we doing this video?
People that work in a facility like that, first of all, should be prepared for emergencies. One of the ladies that was a caretaker fled from the explosion, and that's why the ladies were left alone in the home. If I didn't go in there, I don't know if anybody would have gone in there.
Through our fire district annual inspection process and after a number of care home tragedies within the state, we were able to identify a gap in understanding and expectation within the care home environment. Also, in evaluating how to meet the federal requirements of assisting those with special needs during an emergency, our fire department initiated a working group with local residential care facilities that serve the elderly. The group's objective was to address fire and life safety issues. In the process, we expanded the working group to include other residential care facilities, such as those that serve persons with access and functional needs. By expanding the group, we identified 75 residential care facilities in our jurisdiction, over 155 square miles. Our jurisdictional working group helped us understand the need for training staff at the residential care facilities and to prepare and to educate the public safety community on the needs of this population. The following information will help you learn how to find out where the residential care facilities are in your community and how to assist them in emergency preparedness and response. How do you find out where the residential care facilities are located? In California, there's a website provided by the Department of Social Services where you can search and identify all the care facilities in your area. For those located outside of California, search for your state's department responsible for community care licensing. Let's look at what we'll cover in this training. Prepare. How will you know when it's time to go? Take action. Evacuate your care home, and evacuate out of the neighborhood. Each part of this training can be viewed separately to make it easy for you to learn at your own pace. For more specific information in your community, contact your local fire department or emergency response agency. We'd like to thank you in advance for taking the time to watch this very important safety training. Let's begin.